Only Flatworm 272. The first thing you want to realize as the first day coach of a middle school is that you are no longer a soccer coach. You are actually a skills development coach. What I've seen is that most middle school players don't have the fundamental skills. Well, they may have some, but they don't have a complete set of fundamental skills. When I think about fundamental skills, I mean breathing, movement, juggling, and dribbling. Right? Because juggling is a combination. Juggling is rhythmic passing, and juggling is rhythmic shooting. So I group passing and shooting into juggling. And that might not be good to do, but that's just what I do. So for those reasons, you want to coach each practice like a skills and drills development session. And if you do that, you're going to see that your parents at the end of the season will be extremely pleased, even if you don't win one game. And the reason is because if you develop their players and show them that you know how to do so, they're going to see a tremendous improvement in their confidence. They're going to see a tremendous improvement when they go next season, right? If this is your spring, I'm assuming this is your spring middle school time window, right? They're gonna see if you do these same 4 drills every day, every single practice, you're gonna see your team get very good. And just by showing them some basics in terms of before you guys play a game, you can really help them have a lot of fun playing, especially if you don't win games. Because think about it this way: let's say you win every single game, but your players don't develop at all, and they're just as bad, if not worse, at the start of the season. That's not something to be proud of, and I don't think. Right? Just think about your kids. If you saw your kids and they only won 1 or 2 games, but their skills and their confidence was a lot, significantly improved, and you watched with your own eyes what their coach did, and your coach worked with skills and drills development every single practice, I think you're going to be happy about that. So, this is a format that you can use every practice. It's called the Tom Turnbull routine, and it goes like this. You do a warm-up. Just Google search, you could Google search whatever your favorite soccer team is. If you don't know your favorite soccer team, search best soccer team in the world, and then you pick whatever the top 3 ones are, then you search team warm-up of said team, and then you learn that so that you can teach that, and then, so that's the warm-up, right? Should be 10, 15 minutes long. Super important. Then the next thing you want to do is search, or what you want to teach is ball mastery, right? Ball mastery is will help improve your players' confidence, not only on the ball, but as they improve their foot skills, it allows them to raise their vision so they can start to see the field, right? So ball mastery is number 1. And the way you learn different ball mastery moves, there's a few ways. You could search Cover Coaching, right? Coerver, Cover Coaching. There's an app on the App Store for Apple or Android. I'm sure there's a YouTube with some coaching things, and there's a couple of I think it's a freemium app. So the first few skills and skills moves he teaches you are free, and then if you choose to go forward and learn more, then you can choose. Then you pay maybe $1 or $2 to learn more moves. But the pattern it should be is warm up, then you do 1 ball mastery drill. And then the next practice, you review the one from prior, and then you learn a new one. So then the third practice in, you do the first 2, or and then you do a third one, right? So you learn 1 move a day. And that should be right. So 10 to 15 minute warm up. Kids are pretty. You want to instill this in them for the habit, right? Because the worst thing is your players getting non-contact injuries when they're just shooting on goal without warming up, right? You want to encourage this habit because it's going to help them grow their lives. So warm up, 10 to 15 minute warm up, then 10 to 15 minutes of ball mastery. Then you want to do dribbling sequences. Dribbling sequences look like this. Okay, with any size ball, all right, every player's got a ball at their foot. Looks like this. This is an example of a dribbling sequence. With your right foot, you go. Well, let's just show you. With your right foot, you go. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. And you repeat that sequence over and over and over. And you tell your kids to say it out loud when they do it. So when I coached middle school, at first I demoed this sequence and made sure everyone understood it. And then I would say, I want you to repeat this sequence and do a lap around the field doing this sequence over and over and over. So everyone would take their ball and they would go around the field, and I would tell them, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I would say, don't rush this. I would tell them, all the players who I try to teach this to try and go too fast. You tell them, the slower that you go, the faster that you're going to be able to do it in games. So I want everyone to go very slow. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. You want them to say it out loud when they do it. This is going to help them establish a mind-body connection. So slow, smooth, smooth is fast, saying it while they're doing it. Right? So depending on the size of the field, they can do 1 lap or 2 lap. Then the next thing you do, right? So we go warm up, ball mastery, dribbling sequences. Oh, and another dribbling sequence could go outside, inside, right? So with your right foot, you go outside, inside, left foot, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Or you could go outside, chop, outside, chop, outside, chop, outside, chop. Or you could go outside, outside, drag right, outside, outside, drag left, outside, outside, drag right, outside, outside, drag left. Or you could go outside, scissor, outside, scissor, outside, scissor, right? So you just make that shit up. Or you go outside, outside, L move, outside, outside, L move, outside, outside, L move, outside, outside, L move, right? So you just search ball mastery. You can start to come up with your own dribbling sequences. And those are powerful because they help you not think about dribbling. They allow players to establish an awareness on the ball, and it'll help them to be able to dance around defenders without wondering where the ball's going to be. Part 3 is the barrel game. You find a garbage can or a trash barrel, or buy one if you need to, $20 from your local hardware store, and you put it in the middle of the field, right, where that big circle is. And then you have all the players try to juggle the ball with a bounce from like 3 or 4 steps away, right? So you go right foot with a bounce, right foot bounce in, left foot bounce in, alternating feet, which means you go right foot bounce, right foot in, and then you go right thigh bounce in, left thigh bounce in, alternating thighs bounce in. And if that's too challenging for them, then you got to go a little bit closer. And this is going to be a lot of fun because all the kids are going to be bumping into each other. But you want to allow them to go at their own free will. So once you show them the progression, right foot, then left foot, both feet alternating, right thigh, left thigh, both thighs alternating. Finally, with anyone can do any part of the body that they want, right? So it's any part of the body. That's the progression. And you want to let them go at free will because you don't want Tommy slowing down Robbie. If Tommy's better than Robbie, you don't want him, it should be at scale. Some players are better than others. So that's why you don't wait for everyone to go at the same time. You have them all going at different times so that they can grow at their own pace. And the last thing you do, you get a whole bunch of cones, the ones that you knock over, the ones that you can knock over, right, tall cones, and you line them up, and then they play 1v1 to cones, and that's your whole session, every single practice.